Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's me, Irvin, with another anime first impression video. This is the second time I make this video. I hate when I have to do these kind of stuff, but something happened in between the other ones, so I had to restart this one. It's gonna be on the Shiunji family, and I've said all this, so it's just kind of like, oh, why am I saying it again? But it is a series that I've read before. I did read like 1 or 2 chapters back in the day when it was brand new. Later, Arceus and his girlfriend Brittany told me that it was from the creator of Rent a Girlfriend, and yeah, indeed. I mean, you got if you've been in my channel for a while, you should know that I hate spoiler alerts, and because of that, I don't read beyond the title because I don't want it to be ruined. Like, I don't want anything to be spoiled, and I don't go online unless I've seen the stuff or read the stuff. Then I go online and start researching it. But I didn't read it enough for me to want to research all about it. So that's just, it is what it is. So anyways, so yes, it is by Rent a Girlfriend, and it is as wild as the story of Rent a Girlfriend. So before anything, guys, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. I am like two people away from reaching my next milestone. So if someone could just subscribe, maybe it's you, that would help my next milestone. So I do appreciate that support. We're so close to it, and hopefully we continue growing and growing. So also, if you want to further support, then you guys can go check out my other first impression videos, which I have quite a bit of them already out. There's about 9 or 10 more that I'll be releasing this next few days, which are the last days of first impressions. So make sure you catch all those and anything that comes out beyond this video. So okay, let's talk about the Shiunji family. Like I said, the story is as wild as the Rent a Girlfriend. So let me start from the beginning of the episode. I don't want to spoil anything. I feel like I didn't read past the first episode, so I really don't know what happens next. But essentially, in the beginning of the episode, we meet the only 2 brothers of the family. It's a younger brother and an older brother, and they're actually also parts. They both have twins within the siblings, and they're conversating about the older brother, is our protagonist. He has a crush on possibly a schoolmate and doesn't know how to approach it and all that. And then they kind of start talking about their sisters and how, they're pretty and all that, and how and then about their family, how it's difficult for him because he is going to be the heir of the family, the protagonist, and he feels pressure and also choosing who he should be dating. So after that, the girls show up, and essentially they're all siblings. They all live together, right? And they're planning a date for the birthday of the youngest. She's gonna be 15. They're gonna all go out together, which hasn't happened in a while. And there's 7 siblings. They're all essentially mainly in high school, one in college, a few in middle school, but they're all kind of like, they're all 1 year apart, and there's 2 pairs of twins. And but in the sense of saying that they're all in high school or college or middle school, I'm saying that they're busy, right? Once you hit middle school and you are someone who's in clubs, you're busy. So it's kind of hard even for families to just get together for something. So they're planning it out. They just kind of go with the flow. They're teasing the boys. That's kind of the weirdness of it, that like they're sisters, but they're also teasing them, like, okay, a little bit weird there. And then they kind of go on their own ways, and we get slowly introduced to every character, which honestly, we don't get much of it. But we have the oldest daughter, who is essentially in college. She is the one that kind of helps the siblings kind of flow with the go. But then we have the second oldest, I believe. She's kind of like a scientist girl. She's very, very smart. And then we have the third, who is the twin of the protagonist. She is very bold in how she speaks. And then after her, there's the sporty one. I believe she's the one that's the first one that's in middle school. So she's about to get to high school. She is in tennis, like she is really good at sports, but not that smart. And then you have the youngest, who's very shy, very timid. People kind of want to protect her. She's the one turning 15, and people like her. So we see that. We also see our protagonist, sadly, as he's thinking all these things and kind of introducing the story, sees his crush flirting with another guy and making plans for the weekend. So yeah, that kind of broke his heart. From there, they kind of flows into the birthday day, and they're having a good time. They're eating dinner. We also see the dynamic where the girls start arguing, and they kind of start like saying horrible stuff like, "You're not my sister," and the heir of the family, protagonist, he stops and is like, "No, whatever you guys do, we're always going to be brothers and sisters. Like, stop saying stuff like that," and blah blah blah. Which is a really good intro to the next conversation, because big spoilers, by the way, if you don't want this episode spoiled. I talked about being spoiled, but I spoil a bunch of stuff. This is a big spoiler. Dad comes in. Get off if you don't want to know. Dad comes in and reveals a big bomb on them, and essentially tells them that he promised his wife that he was going to wait until the youngest was 15 to reveal to everyone that they're all adopted. They're not siblings. They are all come from different families, and the only ones that are actually siblings are the younger twins. So yeah, do what you want with that. And he basically leaves the party and leaves it as it is, and they have to deal with that bombshell. They don't really work out any feelings. They just kind of go with we're, no matter what, we're still family, essentially, and they kind of go in their own ways. The end of the episode is the weirdest part, but we did get a hint throughout the episode that the youngest had confessed a crush to the heir, to our protagonist, and that was kind of like thrown off, like kind of like, "Oh, you're my little sister, of course you want to marry me." Like, like every dad. I'm a father. I have a 4-year-old, 3-year-old. One of them has told me before, like, I want to marry someone like you. I want to marry you, right? And I think every father has that at one. Every good father has that at one point. So he kind of like saw it like that, like, I'm his father, I'm her father figure, brushed it off. But at the end of the episode, he's helping her shower, which is like, okay, and he's about to leave because he doesn't want to see anything. He's just scrubbing her back, and then he left, and she hugs him from the back, and the episode ends like that. I guess she's trying to show more love to him, but we don't know what's gonna go on. I'm gonna assume that she's not gonna share her feelings. She's just gonna say, we're still family, something like that, and kind of like blow it off. But I do feel like there's gonna be romance within the siblings now that they're not siblings. So yeah, weird series, and again, do what you want with that, and go watch or not. It's up to you. Definitely not on my list right now, so we'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing, and I will see you next time. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.